Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to the Hiker Plays video. Today we are on My Legends and we have just had the best waifu dropped in My Legends. Okay, this is subjective, but PERONA is my favourite waifu in My Legends and therefore I'm biased. But PERONA has been dropped. You've got two ways of getting her. You can either do it through the Joy Index, which means topping up and then trying to get ranked. So the top player that tops up the most is going to get 420 fragments. And then as you scroll down, say into the top 10, top 15, you're going to get a little less, but that is perfectly fine. Now, throughout the event, you're going to be getting these pumpkin candies. You're going to be able to do spins and pick up more copies of PERONA anyway. So there's a very good chance that you're going to be able to get at least one copy of PERONA by the end of this event. Now, let's have a look at her skills. So, since I don't own her, we're going to have to come into here, filter on SSS, and go to the next page. Selecting PERONA, you can finally see what she looks like in-game. I think she looks fantastic. I love the black. I mean, who doesn't love the goth girl? Let's be real. Let's have a look at the first skill. So, her first skill, Scarlet Nightfall, inflicts 50% physical and SP damage to enemies. That tells me it's going to hit everyone, and with a 40% chance to stun the enemy for one turn. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I love the stun element. I don't know how valuable it's going to be come, like, PvP, where we've got a lot of immune units, but pretty standard and pretty solid unit. I could see it being really good in PvE as well, so, you know, a stun is always valuable. Now, her ultimate ability, or her Ogi ability, is absolutely unique. So, it resets Ogi cooldowns for all allies except herself. It should say herself, not himself. And then heals all allies for 35% of their maximum HP. So, she's a fantastic healer, and she's going to be resetting cooldowns for others to be able to release again. Now, again, this is where I'm sort of saying she's going to be a good doctor character because she's going to be healing, she's going to be resetting Oggies, and I just think it's going to be so valuable when you look at characters like Eva and his Oggi, where he's doing 80% damage, he's also hitting 9 targets, putting a poison debuff, then layering another poison debuff on top. It's just going to make him very, very strong. So I think PERONA's absolutely invaluable when it comes to actually helping the rest of the team. And that's just one unit off the top of my head that I think she's going to be fantastic to partner with. Now, Witch Dance. This is her first passive. So at the start of combat, she's going to reduce the defense and resistances by 20%. She also does a trap ability for 2 rounds to all enemies. Now, what does trap do? Trap means that they can no longer launch normal attacks, which means the only thing they can hit you for the first 2 rounds is their Ogi ability. This is overpowered until you remember that there are a number of characters in the game that are immune to debuffs, and this would be counting as a debuff. So, in PvP, I can see already that we're going to need lots of gear for Luffy, because again, he's immune to debuffs. Maybe some Shiki, because again, he's immune to debuffs. And, you know, we're going to just be looking at characters that have these immunities to try and deal with PERONA. Otherwise, the reductions of defense and resistance by 20% is quite a bit. And I haven't even touched upon all the resistances. If we were to come up here into a superpower, which I'm just going to skip the last ability quickly. When the battle starts, decrease enemies' attack, SP, defense, and resistance by 20%. Now, we're already doing a 20% reduction. There's also going to be an increase when we do when we use their skill books and further increase her more. So her reduction probably is going to be something in the region of 50% when you fully awoken her. And now cutting a team's defense and resistance by half is wild, which is why you're going to want those debuffers. You're going to want those people that are immune, to debuffs. Otherwise, PERONA is going to rip through you, and that Doctor team is going to absolutely rip through you. So, but again, I think PERONA's kit is absolutely fantastic. Now, her last ability at the start of combat, increase the team's defense and resistance by 50%. That is a ridiculous number and a very, very powerful number. Think about it. You're a Doctor team. You've already got very, very good sustain. Your entire comp is built around survivability and just being annoying to the enemy team, and then healing over time. You're going to be healing because of her ultimate. You're going to be healing because of other heals in your team as well. And on top of that, you're resetting ultimates, and you've got all this defense, and you're reducing their defense. PERONA is a one-stop shop for probably one of the best supports in the game. Now, she does come with some animations, and I'm going to flicker them on the screen as I continue talking. I don't know quite how I'm going to edit this in, but it's going to look something. You might not be seeing the screen. I don't know what it's going to look like, but there you are. There are some animations on PERONA. Where do I think PERONA's going to sit? I think PERONA's absolutely going to be a meta unit. I think she's going to bring the Doctor team very much alive, and it's going to feel very, very good in PvP. I think a lot of people are going to have to go for those immunity teams now, so Shiki, Gear 4, Luffy is going to be absolutely important in PvP. But I think in PvE as well, she adds just a lot of value. Like the addition of defense, the reduction of the enemy defense. I think you're going to get through a lot of content with her. So do I think you should get her? I absolutely do. And I don't think it's exclusive to doctors. I think absolutely every class could use her and use her well. But I could see her really shining in that doctor team. So there you go. That's my quick 5-minute review on PERONA. It's probably a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but there you are. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you'll be pulling PERONA, because I probably will. Peace.